let's see if we have enough.
Do we have notes?
Enough material for
for a podcast?
Podcast here. International.
It's international. We gotta make stuff up.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, England's up.
Damn it.
Yeah, 1-0. Jack Grealish. Oh, that doesn't make. Dean Henderson starting in goal for England, but apparently John Stones is taking the goal kicks.
That's fun.
It's bizarre.
When Liverpool had their third choice keeper in the other week. Did you see that? Do you remember that?
Did they have defenders take the kicks? I don't remember
the
that
very
aspect.
first one.
Okay.
Right when he came in, Virgil went back next to him and took the first goal kick. And I was like, that's a worrying sign.
Yeah.
I was immediately terrified. And then after that, he took
wait
them
a
all. And
minute.
I was like, were you just psyching those guys out, being like, oh, they got a baby in there?
Yeah, maybe.
It was funny.
Mind games or
But
something.
It scared the shit out of me seeing it, dude.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both had situations where we had really young keepers in goal recently.
Yeah, it's true.
It's interesting.
It's a stressful thing.
It's so stressful.
Allison is such an easy keeper to take for granted because when he's in net, he's the best in the world. I think a lot of people say that's not just me. It's not just Liverpool fans. He's amazing. And not just is he amazing, he's incredibly low-key for a keeper.
Yes.
He's not like
He's not a huge
theatrics.
personality or crazy. Like
He's not like tons of diving saves even. He's more like I was in the right position kind of keeper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very understated in everything he does.
you can just count on him.
So because of that, you don't notice him as much until he's gone. Then all of a sudden, it's just terrifying at the back.
Yeah, right?
You know,
I just realized my phone's not plugged in, so I got to plug that in real quick.
get up and get in there, dude. We have Kelleher behind him, which is I have a lot of faith in Kelleher too. For now, he's definitely gone this year, but nice, got a little charge going, dude.
Back in. Oh, God. Stepping on all the cables, though.
Yep. I see why that bottom of that mic was loose.
What are you talking about? Jangling, dude.
We are getting some jangles from both you and me. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
No, you're good.
Your thing was like,
you're good.
"Twang."
Yeah, these fucking cheap ass boom I have. These springs are the loudest thing in existence. It's like a fucking rickety roller coaster ride that's gonna kill somebody. But
It does kind of sound like that. It's
you know,
very creaky roller coaster ride.
yeah, for sure. Anyway, should we get into the episode?
Yeah,
We've
let's
had
do it.
some start the day with keeper talk, our favorite subject.
Yeah, we love keepers.
Right. Now let's go on in. Folks, welcome to episode 59 of Soccer Situations here at Little for Coffee. This week, Klopp sells out, Kappa blacks out, and Greece balls out. Let's go.
Nice.
Soccer situation.
Hello and welcome back to Soccer Situations.
We back.
How you doing, Alex?
Doing all right. Surviving.
Yeah.
Getting through busy times now.
We've had a sudden shift to fall weather here in Michigan.
Yeah, it is officially fall. It's officially hot coffee season for sure.
Big
Tell you
time.
that. I've switched immediately back to hot coffee, and I'm real happy about it.
Yeah, remind me to remind you at the end of the pod.
Need more coffee? It's smart, yeah.
Shameless. Folks, this podcast is brought to you by Littlefoot Coffee. Perfect, right?
Here we are.
Literally out of coffee and stressed about it right now. I need some more Littlefoot in my house. Alex, what do you got right now?
Ooh, we got some good stuff right now. It's fall season. Fall coffees are the best. Our fall seasonal is delicious in the orchard. Got a Costa Rican coffee, tasting delicious always.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, smooth, easy drinking coffees. We have Guatemala that is easy drinking, but a little bit berry fruity as well.
Nice. Cool.
Lots of good coffees right now.
Nice.
Perfect coffee drinking season.
Yeah, it's dangerously so. The
Yeah.
season where you just keep drinking it even though you don't really
'Cause
need
you just
anymore,
want something
but
warm.
it's going to be delicious and comforting.
Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah.
But you overdo it sometimes.
One of our co-favorite podcasters, Rick Glassman, recently stopped drinking coffee. I kind
Yeah, I
of took it personally,
I
too.
know, I don't like it.
Even though I'm not even working in coffee at the moment, I'm like, bro.
I take it personally anytime I see like an influencer or something talking about stopping coffee.
Yeah.
I get real upset about it.
How LA is it to stop coffee for? I think a mushroom CBD drink mix is what he's
on
doing.
the mushrooms.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Not a sponsor of the podcast.
No.
We shouldn't even mention that. I'll bleep that out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Exactly. Right.
That's getting bleeped.
Bleep that. Yeah, it's terrible. I hate when people are hating on coffee these days.
It's just cyclical, dude.
Yeah, it'll come back around.
A study's going to come out about antioxidants in coffee, and everyone's going to be back on
true.
it, dude.
Yep. It's going to be super heart healthy or like stop you from getting cancer or something, and everyone's going to be right back on it.
Yeah, CNN's going to be like, this just in. Your coffee might be saving your life. And then you're going to be like, cha-ching.
You're like, oh, it's time to get paid.
Yeah, exactly.
Put on the sale. Let's go. That's so sad how real that is.
Sorry. That looks like I did some audio clipping. Dude, I sit back and watch CNN alter Dad's reality all the time just by facts. I've watched Dad.
It is like a science experiment watching it happen.
Watched Dad go from Biden's the greatest, he's such a good man, to Biden's no good, he needs to get out of there, and then be like fully Kamala now.
Yep.
Like I've watched his mind morph just at the hands of CNN.
It's so true.
Yeah.
It's interesting, like I'm pretty sure like CNN and stuff is the reason he loves Taylor Swift too.
Oh, definitely.
Loves Taylor Swift.
Absolutely adds up.
He always has these weird obsessions, and they always come from like whatever he's been watching on there.
It's daytime CNN.
Yeah.
Like I had some really
so funny
hip friends in my 20s. I'm not going to name names because I actually do like these guys. But like you have a couple guys in your group that always have these very sophisticated opinions and are very culturally schooled, but like so much so that they're getting all of it from like one magazine column or some source of internet culture that they're just
parodying. Yeah, just parodying something they watched recently.
Yeah. I'll bleep this too. Classic. Just echoing Grantland think pieces. Oh man, it's funny.
That's. I mean, it's hard. Everyone does it.
I don't want, and I will truly edit his name because I actually think he's a brilliant dude and one of the funniest, coolest dudes I know.
Yeah, of course.
So, but you do that kind of stuff when you're like in your 20s, and
we've probably had a lot of positive things to say on this pod randomly about him for many things over the years.
Hey, this is anonymous, Alex.
Oh.
But you put together the pieces, dot the I's.
No, that's going to really throw people off because now they're going to have to go listen to the whole back catalog of episodes.
Nice. That's smart, dude. Good marketing. This is October. This can be like our True Detective mystery.
Yeah.
Who's Todd talking shit about?
But also loves.
But really likes a lot and admires.
Yes.
Is it Jurgen Klopp?
What else we got to talk about?
Yeah, should we dive into
the kit talk?
Yeah, did you see the Athens Calethea? How could you miss it, actually?
I mean, I was going to say.
This was actually one of the most swamped press releases I've seen. Yeah. Maybe because it's out of season a little bit.
I was going to say the only reason I feel like you could miss it is if you saw it just casually and just thought it was a modeling campaign thing for fragrance.
So Athens Calethea, the Greece fashion phenoms, released a blackout third kit.
Yeah.
Accompanied by quite a striking photo campaign. Honestly, it's about as striking and honestly beautiful and as ubiquitous as like a 90s Calvin Klein cologne.
No, that's exactly what it reminded me of.
If you have football social media, it was everywhere in the past week. Every feed.
Like that.
There's so many photos. It's not like a normal press run where there's like two photos that everyone puts out. There's like fucking 50 of them. Yeah.
It literally is like a big company like that, like Calvin Klein or something would run like a full spread of like all the 20 different shots they took.
Yeah. It's funny because I think for them, the shirt is honestly a little bit mid for me.
I mean, it's cool.
But
it's just like a blackout shirt.
I'm just over blackout shirts, I realized. And I think this club that has been very intentionally fashion forward.
A blackout shirt. What
they've done with their colors is like really a huge part of their identity, I think.
Yeah.
So a black on black is like fine.
It's fine.
But what it resulted in, this photo shoot with this model I'm obsessed with, that obviously everybody is. I'm just the one to say it. Just based on the circulation of these photos over the past week. Come on, bro. Don't judge me.
Yeah, everybody's in love.
It's incredible, dude. This model's a stunner. Did I have her name here right? Oh yeah, the trio is. I should say the campaign was shot by apparently a pretty notable Greek photographer, Yorgos Mavropoulos.
Nice. I was gonna say you put these names in here. That's bold of you.
Yeah, the model who I was already following from the last, I think last year's campaign.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, same model.
She has the Greekest name of all time.
I was gonna say I saw this name. And
Are
I was
you
like,
ready?
Ooh.
And I've heard the other two names spoken out loud, but I've never heard her name. It's Theopisti Politotopoulou.
That's pretty good, I think.
I'm gonna say Politotopoulou. Yes.
That's a hell of a name.
Yeah, so that's the model, Yorgos being the photographer, and the brainchild behind it all, Ted Philippakos, the owner of the team, who has, like I said, very intentionally, and he's been very forthright about this, decided that he was going to let beautiful branding and imagery take the club forward.
I love it.
I'm going to make us the super, super sexy, and then the revenue and growth will come from that. That's been his business model.
It's brilliant.
I think we kind of joked about that when these kits first came on our radar. Was it a year ago or when we first saw this?
Last season's kits, pretty much.
Yeah. And obviously he reached out to Biro Borsha, who had made their name with Venezia.
Yeah.
And
it was like
a few other clubs. Brought in a hot designer, found hot local Greek models.
Yep.
Found
Got
a
good photographer.
Now, and also, all Athenians, all locals. I like that,
which is
too.
cool.
It's a cool local project.
Yeah.
Which, again, brings me back to the importance of color in their campaigns.
Yeah.
Like the blue is like so Greek.
It's very Greek. It feels, everything about it feels extremely Greek.
Beautiful, beautiful, like shades of blue and like contrasting blue on white. We got cool blue on blue, very classical designs all the time. I'm not going to complain too much about them putting out a blackout shirt. It's going to sell out immediately.
It looks good. It still looks good, but like you said, we're just seeing a lot of blackout lately.
Yeah.
It's not, for them, it's not that great.
Yeah. And it's cool, though. For the departure, they did the coolest thing they could have possibly done, which is hire this photographer.
I was going to say,
that does
campaign just
really,
epic.
really intimate black and white portraits.
Yeah.
Like super artsy, good stuff.
Literally just classic imagery.
They're in the Greek top division now. Did you know that? They were promoted.
They did. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so
it's
working. Everything's coming up Athens.
It's coming together.
Kallithia.
Beautiful plan. It's coming
is
together.
The pronunciation. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Anyway, I have a little bullet point here that just says latest obsessions. Do you have anything that you've been into lately?
What have I been watching lately? We just talked a little bit. I was watching anime.
Alex is into Jujutsu
Kaisen.
I've
been watching it. I'm like 20 episodes in now.
I like this. You're starting to get better. You're trying to bring Gen Z via the algorithm into the podcast.
Right.
Alex is full of like marketing tricks today.
Yeah, without even realizing it. You know why?
Why?
It's just like TikTok's mutating my brain, dude, where I'm just spewing ad things out.
You have Gen Z keywords on in your medulla.
It's just stuck in my brain now.
Good for you.
That's fine. I'm just giving in, I guess.
Fire off those keywords.
Give in to the algorithm, dude. I've been watching that a bit, and then actually the one thing today, I downloaded FIFA.
Oh, you did?
No longer FIFA, obviously, but
you got EAFC.
EAFC. I just got the how you can get the 10-hour trial with like the EA Play or whatever. I haven't bought it yet.
You're gonna take it on a test drive?
Taking on a little test drive. I only played started my manager season, but I only played one youth game, which is kind of fun. They play like a 5v5 little like quick 7-minute game.
Oh, fun!
Like no halftime, nothing. Just like quick little 7-minute 5v5.
Full size pitch.
Smaller pitch.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. It's kind of a fun game type.
It does sound fun.
I enjoyed it.
Did you set up your PC or are you playing on that laptop?
I got my PC working finally.
Oh, cool.
I was having classic PC problems, dude. Plugged it back in. Turned on, fired up fine the first time. Got in, logged in, froze immediately. Shut down, blue screen. And then proceeded to do that for like weeks. And like I was playing, it would always just boot up into the BIOS. And then I would just dink around with the BIOS.
It was doing that?
Yeah, I mean, I would only play with it. I get frustrated after like 5 minutes and be like, I don't really care that much.
Hashtag PC gaming.
Yeah, so I wasn't really trying that hard. But this whole process went over probably a couple weeks of me trying to get it figured out. And finally today, fired up, and it's working fine. Classic PC. Classic PC stuff. It just works now.
Yeah, that's a running joke between our family. Honestly.
All of us is just like
the idiocy of PC gaming. How it's like console gaming, but so much more difficult all the
hashtag
time.
PC gaming. It's just
Hashtag
chaos.
Is the hashtag when we say that we're referring to kind of the meta game of trying to get your PC to let you game.
Yep. Yeah, just trying to get whatever drivers somehow fucked each other up to come together to work again.
Yeah.
It's
worth it in the end.
Yeah,
but
PCs are amazing, but they're also such a pain in the ass.
Yeah, and you never know why they work when they
No,
suddenly do.
I have no idea what I did. I did a lot of stuff. Could have been any one of those things that I did that fixed it, or none of them. You never know.
So true, dude.
But yeah, that's basically what I've been up to.
That's cool.
Other than that,
what do I have? Things that caught my eye this week.
You sent me some stuff that I haven't watched yet that we were talking about.
Really? What I have on here is Blue Giant, that
Yes, that's what I haven't
anime
watched yet.
jazz movie. We're both plugging anime this week.
I need your look at that. It's weird.
You need my
Anime all of a
Netflix?
sudden. I was gonna say I need your Netflix.
But Netflix
login.
is good for 3 more days. You're on a clock.
Oh, at least it's a movie. It's not a series.
That's
so
true.
I can just knock that out.
Yeah, it's like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blue Giant. It's a really like cool, inspirational arts anime. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I likened it to 8 Mile, but it's a lot more, I don't know, psychedelic than that. It's cool. I guess the basic story is that, there's a rural teenage saxophone prodigy that jumps on a bus to go to Tokyo to realize his dream of being a jazz musician.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, it's really awesome. It has like a classic anime hero's journey trajectory. He finds his team, his squad, and they build up bigger and bigger triumphs. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
The jazz scenes. I was telling Alex, it's ironic because I'm not a jazz guy, first of all, but they're in the right place, the right band, the right vibe. I'm into it.
Yeah.
But this is all about like really screechy saxophone jazz, which is my least favorite.
I was gonna say not
world.
my thing really either.
I actually hate the sound of a saxophone, and you have to overcome that a little bit to watch this movie.
Yeah.
But I think it's good enough.
It's worth it.
Their performance scenes are so good.
If you can fight through that.
The animation's incredible. The camera's moving all around the instruments and around the set and stage, and it truly
It's like
gets
cool
really,
anime action stuff, but it's like jazz jams.
Yeah, and it's animated as if the director has synesthesia, like the audio, the emotion of the jazz gets animated in the background.
Yeah.
And like sometimes the audience literally just melts away to like a psychedelic wavy scene.
I like that.
It's awesome. It's really, really beautiful too.
That's fine. Everything's I'm into diving into an anime right now.
Yeah.
Anime world.
This is a special movie. I haven't said that honestly, but it's one of the best things I've seen in years.
Yeah, I mean, you really sold me on
Yeah,
it when
yeah.
I get pitched a lot of. I mean, you watch so much content.
Yeah.
That I just can't keep up with. But this one like sold me where I was like, I want to watch this. I'll probably watch it tonight. After
Super
the
awesome.
Lions.
Available on Netflix. Most people got it. Yeah, Blue Giant. Check it out.
Check it out.
The other thing, this is a lot simpler and actually. Oh wait, no. I got a random one.
Uh-oh.
Let's talk about hurricanes.
Oh.
I know this is ironic too, coming from someone whose home was recently destroyed by a storm to make fun of hurricane scene. I'm not making fun of it.
Yeah.
But I just want to say I think it's awesome that these hurricanes are spawning tornadoes now too.
Dude, it's insane.
Isn't it wild?
These future storms are nuts.
It's truly like.
Remember when we used to watch those like world-ending movies and be like,
Mm-hmm.
"There's no way they're just gonna be like,
90s,
tornado,
90s apocalypse movies.
Yeah.
It's like this storm spawned 50 tornadoes.
Turns out those fucking nerds are right, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy. There were
This shit's
tons
insane.
of like massive tornadoes all over Florida. Like it was like a video game boss, like spawning a bunch of like mini bosses. Dude.
Just like throwing tornadoes out, dude.
I was like, this is pretty sick, dude.
It's kind of wild. I kind of like it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I like it from up here.
Again, sorry to be insensitive to anyone that may have suffered in that, but again, we also did lose our home to a storm this year.
we can
so
empathize
we can say
a little
that,
bit.
right?
We can I feel worse for Asheville, honestly. With the hurricane damage. That's
Man,
actually
it's
sad.
Actually wild what happened to Asheville.
Yeah, it truly is. I don't think it's getting enough attention.
No, it doesn't seem like it.
It's like this is Katrina was everything when it happened.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Asheville is like worse than Katrina.
Is it? Yeah.
But I guess it's less dense. There's
yeah,
like less people affected, I guess.
I think you're probably right. Yeah.
But like it is bad, dude.
Yeah,
there's areas of Asheville that just don't exist anymore.
Got wiped off, dude.
Yeah, completely gone.
It's really wild stuff.
And
you're dead right. You kind of have to go out of your way to read about it.
Yeah, I mean it was hype obviously like when the first happened, but like it's going to be a long time before they're back, and we're still not hearing much about it.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah, for sure, dude. And it's a cool little town, man.
Yeah, it is a cool little town. It's sad. Shout out to anyone who's connected to Asheville.
Yeah, definitely hope for the best for that town.
Yeah, it's a cool little town.
Anyway.
Random news jaunt.
Yeah, right?
Weather jaunt.
Look at us being serious.
Yeah, right?
Here's another.
Get less serious?
We'll circle back to the relevance. The other thing I've been into this week in a non-club football week is Ryan Gravenberch compilations.
Oh, yeah? Classic.
Yeah.
During non-football season.
I don't dive into
Time.
player comps as much as, like, I think, honestly, they're made by 12-year-olds. Let's be real.
They certainly feel that way.
So the attention
techno
span
beats
and
and-
the edits and the music make it difficult. The older you get, the more difficult it is to watch these
It
comps.
usually starts with like a real like black and white shots
Yeah,
of like
yeah.
them emotional.
Yeah, maybe overlaid with a couple of, like, commentary
For
clips.
Gravenberch,
Yeah.
it's probably him having a hard time last season. There's probably some of those at the beginning.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that.
Yeah, it's true. But there's one or two, and most of these compilations will have you believe he sprays the ball around like Zabi Alonso in his
Yeah.
prime, you know?
Yeah,
And I'm like, I'm not having this, dude. His passing range is not what his game's all about.
Yeah.
But there are one or two out there that focus on him under pressure in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
And those are really nice comps to watch, really satisfying.
Those
First
are
touch
extremely
and
satisfying
turns,
for
you know?
me. Yeah.
Taking a ball under pressure from like three guys and just taking the right touch and turning through all
Yep.
of them.
That's honestly some of my favorite shit ever.
Yeah, and his comps are kind of like full of that.
That's great.
So-
yeah, I get that I would get hooked on those.
Yeah, skip past the like 60-yard pass comp that make him
Yeah,
look like a
like-
great passer because that's not true.
We know we can hit a ball
He
occasionally.
can, but his accuracy that's not
It's
what
not
he's all
yeah,
about.
It's not his main point of his game.
Yeah, and just get into that those first
Those
touches,
just taking touches under pressure.
just slicing.
Like that's
through
why I
the
really love
hole.
Thomas Partey too.
Yeah.
And like appreciate him so much is he can take the ball. Like anytime he's in the midfield, I'm like, just give him the ball.
Yeah,
He's secure as hell. It might come right back to you,
Yeah.
but he's gonna do something with it.
yeah, it's nice,
I love that kind of midfielder.
pretty fun, dude. Anyway,
I get that. Yeah, YouTube compilations. I've been falling for some like we talk about the Lions being so awesome and back. The Lions like Jared Goff redemption videos I've been seeing all over the internet lately.
is it the same kind of thing you described with Gravenberch, like sad music?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Goff throwing picks or like getting sacked.
It was like him being and leaving LA, getting
Oh,
traded away from LA.
yeah, that would suck.
And then like three.
Having to come to Michigan from LA.
Yeah.
Terrible. I'm sorry.
God damn it. God damn it. But then him having a bit of a rough start for the Lions and then the Lions building to this epic season.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I like that.
I get hyped. I love it.
That's real funny. What would Dad say? That didn't end with a trophy, though, did it?
Yes. Assholes.
Our dad is such a hater on the Lions for some
He
reason.
hates everything, dude.
Yeah, he's
Just a hater in general. It's hilarious.
He really is.
He's
dude.
such a hater.
Both our parents are haters.
I didn't realize how much. I mean, it's funny because I feel like we are like jokingly haters a lot,
Yeah.
but like they are like just straight up haters, especially as they've gotten older. Is that gonna happen to us?
I think it
Like
might.
we're just gonna turn into straight haters when we're older.
We don't know our dad's parents, but think about Grandma, dude. The
Grandma was
queen
a hater,
of all
dude.
haters. Dude.
She was a hater.
Yeah.
Grandpa was awesome though.
And our,
But Grandpa talked shit too. Grandpa was a hater
he's
as
a
well.
shit talker.
Oh God, it's coming for us.
We gotta stay positive, Alex.
It's hard. It's gonna be hard. We're fighting against our genes here, people.
Honestly, Sicilian genes on one side, like fucking Scottish, French, Canadian. I mean, we're difficult people, dude.
Oh, it's terrible, dude. We
is
are.
terrible.
We're truly difficult people.
Right?
It's hilarious.
You know who I'm gonna refuse to hate on though?
What's that?
Jurgen Klopp.
Jurgen can't hate on Jurgen,
Let's
dude.
bring it back.
People
were
trying to hate
expecting
on-
me to hate this.
People
week,
trying to
dude.
hate on Jurgen, dude.
Oh, everyone was joyfully like, "Oh, we can finally hate on Jurgen, this man
He's selling
who's
out.
been so admirable through his whole career. He's a sellout now." It's like, look, y'all,
Look,
settle down first of all.
he loves action sports. All right.
Now, there's some deep ironies in the people acting stunned about this.
Yeah.
Jurgen has endorsed a ton of products. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe this probably doesn't cross everybody's feeds, but if you're a Liverpool fan and you go on the subreddit,
I'm gonna say I don't.
there
see
are so many funny photos of him endorsing random products from Germany. He endorses
Awesome.
everything in Germany, dude.
Yeah.
He's all over the place.
Yeah, he's not shy about it.
So the idea to be stunned that he's taking corporate money,
Yeah.
like it's
Like he's like turning his back on everything he stood for.
It's unrealistic to expect him to be that idealistic, I think.
Yeah.
Now I have to be careful about where I tread, and there's going to be like almost some certain hypocrisy here. If I'm defending the existence of Red Bull in football, when we spend so much of this podcast complaining about Manchester City breaking the game in England.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
But it's a little bit different. I think the main point is I do understand why Germans are super, super upset about it.
I get it. Yeah.
Right?
I feel like if we were German league fans naturally, then we would maybe have a slightly different view of it.
They're so proud of their 50+1 rule that it ensures that the clubs are owned by the fans.
Yeah.
A majority fan ownership rule, which Red Bull infamously circumvented and invented a name. Rasenball Sport is what RB Leipzig supposedly stands for, because you're not allowed to name a club after a corporate sponsor.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So they did some shady stuff like that. There have been proud blue-collar clubs like Mainz and like Dortmund, both of whom have worshipped Klopp as much as Liverpool fans.
Yeah.
Get undermined by this corporate behemoth coming in, exactly like we get upset about oil stake clubs coming in. If I'm going to kind of sell out and defend Red Bull, what I'll say is this: Red Bull has never been an entirely parasitic sponsorship when they get involved in sports.
It's true.
We talked about, I mean, you referred to them action sports right away.
Yeah.
That's what most people associate them with, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so.
But don't you think they actually brought a ton to that industry when you look at the amount of, I mean,
Absolutely.
next level videography and payouts to athletes
And artists.
and just visibility in general to the sports that they get involved in?
Like, if you just look at Red Bull as a whole and like what they do, it seems really awesome. I'm sorry, they pay artists to do really crazy big things.
Amazing
they
things,
pay
yeah.
action sports people to do amazing big things and push themselves and push their sports.
I was just thinking the most recent one that comes to mind is that BMX guy on the train.
Yeah,
Where they
shit.
built a full super long ass train to be a wooden, like a ramp run for a BMX bike.
Yeah.
And they filmed it stationary. The guy they paced the train in pace with the cyclist, so he was staying.
He was just looping
staying
through
in
the
frame,
course.
like an old school
2D video
game,
game,
you know,
dude.
like a 2D video game
Scroller, a side
It was so
scroller.
beautiful and awesome,
Yeah.
and the budget to do that must have been absolutely insane.
Yeah.
And, that's just one example. I can think of another example. When I moved back to Detroit in like 2010, 11, I almost moved into the Red Bull House of Art. You talk about them supporting artists. It's true. They bought out this awesome loft space in Eastern Market, Detroit.
Yeah.
And were providing gallery space to local artists and so forth.
Yeah, so they've done a lot of cool stuff like that. Remember the atmosphere jump?
Oh my God, that's right. Dude,
That was so long ago now.
Skydive from outer space. Red Bull did that.
That was
Financed
insane
that.
to
They didn't
watch
do
live.
that. We have to give credit to
They
the
didn't do that.
athletes.
Yeah, no, of course.
But
yeah. But they've made these things happen.
Yeah.
Impossible.
Yeah, it's true. It's just tricky because
Yeah, of course.
it's not all good. I don't want to completely defend. I don't want to sound like a Trumper where I'm like, oh, everything they do is great.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, like they definitely used some fucking dark force magic to manipulate the league and Leipzig's rise in the league. Totally understand it, but I don't want to be dishonest about my outrage as a primarily Premier League fan.
Yeah.
I feel like we're dealing with more evil ownership than Red Bull, I guess, is the that kind of puts a button
that's
on it. Right?
what it comes down to.
Right?
Yeah. Is it feels like they're kind of doing similar things in different leagues, but yeah, there's something so much more dark and evil about the way that one group is doing it over another.
Yeah, and that brings me on to, I talked about them contributing to the action sports visibility and growing the industry and pushing the boundaries of what can be accomplished.
Absolutely.
They're actually doing that, not really getting credit for it, but, not in Leipzig, but in Salzburg. This is like why I think no one should be surprised necessarily about Klopp going there, is that his Liverpool reign had a hugely positive relationship with Salzburg.
Yeah.
We rebuilt our new academy model completely around Salzburg's model. I'll post articles about that. That's not just me saying that. LFC execs, FSG, and co. all went to Salzburg's campus
to see what they were doing.
and like their integration of their academy and first team setup was really, really revolutionary.
Yeah.
Liverpool's were complete, and every Premier League clubs were completely separate at the time.
Yep.
And yeah, we built our new academy around Salzburg's model.
Yeah.
Obviously, there was a lot of player exchanges between Liverpool and Salzburg in the Klopp years.
Of course.
And then his assistant Pep Linders went to manage Salzburg after.
Yeah.
So there's been all of these flags that there's a relationship.
Seeing that
there,
there's a connection
you know?
happening.
And by the way, Liverpool is not alone in that. I believe Bayern Munich and
I feel like Arsenal
Juventus
have
maybe
also done like a similar model.
like the massive clubs have been visiting Salzburg literally to copy the blueprint of their academy system.
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't know if Arsenal have for sure, but there's the way you're describing it sounds like exactly what Mikel's been doing with our training and what Arsenal have been trying to do.
Let me take one quick Google. Yeah, so the article I was thinking of doesn't mention any other teams, but Bayern Munich and Liverpool are two pretty prime
big ones.
examples to be influencing a little club like Austrian Salzburg to be
putting that kind of
spreading their influence from, you know. So once again, don't want to 100% blanket apologize for this.
Yeah,
completely understand the German outrage, but I'm not mad about it, and I'm not that mad about Red Bull being in football, I guess is what this comes down to.
Yeah, no.
That's a pretty hot take, I think.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny because I agree with it, so I don't see it as hot of a take, but I'm sure definitely for German football fans, that's a very hot take.
Also, just personally, me and Alex are so biased because we love Red Bull, the product, so much.
There's literally just empty Red Bull cans strewn
we were
behind
joking
the
about
here.
having prop Red Bull cans all over the set today, just for this conversation, you know.
Yeah, we're big Red Bull guys over here. You know, what can you do? It's a great product. It's only gotten better.
Honestly, their seasonals.
They've taken us over with the flavors.
Red Bull seasonals are out of control these days. Absolutely out of control.
The summers are on fire.
Anyway.
Can't miss.
All right, that's enough Red Bull talk. The pod's not sponsored. We're never going to get sponsored if we just talk about Red Bull, who will never sponsor us.
I know, right? They're not
actually
that stupid to our
your
level.
Your own company is the competing sponsor, Alex. What are you doing, bro?
It's true. It's true. It was part of the theme of the episode. Okay,
it's true. No, I'm joking. While we're on Klopp, let's keep Liverpool related or tangentially related, and let's move on to this is actually some solid football conversation here. We're getting into the serious stuff now. Let's talk about this really ticking time bomb with Liverpool's contract situation.
Awkward contract situations coming up.
We're in mid-October. November is breathing down our necks, and none of Virgil van Dijk, Trent Alexander-Arnold, or Mohamed Salah
have re-upped
or mentioned anything about contract negotiations.
Getting stressful.
All of them are going to be free to negotiate with other clubs after the winter break.
Yeah. The rumor is Real Madrid's trying to redo their back line.
Have you seen all the photos of Trent and Bellingham frolicking? Liverpool fans get inundated with photos of Jude and Trent just frolicking in the meadows every time England get together.
It's terrible.
They're best buds, dude. They're so
it's gotta be so
gay
stressful
for each
as
other.
a Liverpool fan.
I know, it's funny because before Jude to Madrid happened, they were always so happy about these photos because we thought it meant Jude was coming to us. Now the polarity has switched. It's dangerous. Honestly, I think if we get to my birthday, that's mid-November, folks, and we haven't heard anything, I think
trouble's a brewing.
I think they're gone because they're not going to be negotiating contracts during the holiday season.
No, it's too chaotic.
And
between family and just an epic amount of football,
they're not going to want to go into like free agency. I mean, unless that's their plan. You know what I mean?
Unless the plan is to get to the point where they can negotiate with other clubs and then use that as a tactic to negotiate with Liverpool.
Yikes. I don't like the way
but
that
Liverpool,
works.
As a club, can't let that happen.
No, whenever Liverpool get into negotiations against other clubs, we always just quit.
Yeah.
We just back away
I'm out.
Every single time, dude. Unless it's Tottenham, we can bully them.
Yeah, well, everyone could bully Tottenham, but it's a different story when you're talking like Real Madrid.
Yeah. So for a long time, Liverpool fans, most of the, I think, notable Liverpool pundits, I think the common feeling, and maybe we were just telling ourselves this,
Was
is
it
that
not a
2
big
of
deal?
3, or that 2 or 3 would stay. We kind of expect one of the 3 to go.
Okay.
And I don't know if I still feel even that optimistic. I'm starting to think all 3 might hit the road, which
Yeah.
would just be a really devastating loss for FSG.
Huge loss for us. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, rebuilds are going to happen,
Mm-hmm.
but the way and the financials behind this,
How
is the
effective all
real
3 of those
painful one.
players really still are. We're
Yeah.
talking 3 key players. Yes, 2 of them a bit older.
of course,
We're not going to be offering either of them 5-year deals.
no,
You
but new contracts would make sense for all of them,
Yes.
and yeah, their value alone, what they should be worth on the market right now, still
Trent especially
is a huge hit.
Trent's worth north of $100 million. He'll go. Well, he would go for that if he was on contract.
Yeah, if he's signed a new contract,
Yeah.
if they really honestly, Trent might be the one. We were just talking about him and Jude, but he might be the one that could save them. If they can get him on a new contract, convince him to stay one more year,
Yeah.
then sell him maybe.
The only hope for optimism Liverpool fans have had, and you're right about that. But he has said that he wants to captain Liverpool,
Okay.
which is an awkward statement to make because one of the other contracts on the table is Virgil van Dijk, our current captain.
Your current captain.
So
yeah.
is Trent trying to push him out the door?
Trent's
you
like,
know?
get this guy out of here and
Yeah.
I'll sign.
I'm so tired of him being my boss. I want to
Yeah.
be the boss.
Yeah, he thinks he's so cool all the time.
But no, they seem to have a good relationship
Yeah,
in
of
all
course.
seriousness. But he has said that. But yeah, the flirtations with Jude.
Yeah, it could be nothing. There's a lot of that, man love action these days amongst the boys.
Yes.
So
It's
it
true.
could be reading too much into it.
Yeah, it's true.
Maybe you guys won't be as worried because Arsenal fans are now shitting their pants because there's been a lot of whispers that Real Madrid's number 1 target next summer is Saliba
Saliba.
at
sure.
any cost.
Sure. You could see that.
Yeah.
You could see that, although if Virgil's on the market for free,
Yeah, why would they not?
and he hasn't really slowed down at all.
And also, Saliba's so young, they could also just get Saliba later.
Exactly. That's what I was going to
He's
say.
such a young
They would only need Virgil for 2 or 3 years, and
Yeah.
he's absolutely got that in him still.
Yeah, let Saliba
you know.
win everything he can at Arsenal, Champions Leagues, Premier League titles, all the things.
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then he
And
can
then
go to
come
Madrid,
get him, yeah,
okay?
yeah.
Then I will be okay with you having him.
Nah, he's going to have to get out of there to win some trophies. But
Son of a bitch. Nah, this
no,
is the new Arsenal.
but I would see Madrid going for Van Dijk ahead of Saliba right now. If they're buying,
circumstantially, yes.
well, if they're spending big elsewhere too.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes, exactly. If they're gonna
Virgil available on a free is impossible to pass up.
Virgil on a free, and then they can go spend that money on whoever else they want.
Yeah, it's
then,
wild stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense. That
Yeah.
makes more sense than trying to spend like 150 million on Saliba,
for sure.
which they might still try.
Yeah, of course. If they decide to do that, nothing's gonna stop them.
No, they're just gonna throw
Yeah.
insane money at us.
But I don't know, man.
But yeah, no, that Liverpool situation is getting. You got to think maybe the start to the season has
helped it.
helped keep it at bay for Liverpool fans getting too stressed.
Fans have been hoping that. I think it's a little romantic to think. I
Yeah.
mean, with the kind of money on the tables and the professionalism of player these days, and I mean that in a little bit of a cold way.
I get it.
I mean, to be like, oh, this 2 months of good momentum is going to change their plans. Plans that would have been in place for
Already.
quite some time.
Yeah, if they
you
haven't
know?
signed a contract yet, they've been thinking about things.
Yeah, for sure. Dude.
There's something going on in the background.
Definitely. I'm terrified about it at this point.
I would be if I were a Liverpool fan, big
You know.
time.
Anyway.
That changes the face of things very quickly.
Yeah. I'll be so sad if Virgil goes, man.
Yeah, Virgil's the coolest.
Trent, probably as a fan in hopes of just winning things in the clubs moving forward, is
Yeah.
the one that should stay the most.
He's seemingly the most likely to stay.
Right. Trent's young and obsessed with being cool, I think, though. So part of me thinks, I'll be less surprised if he goes.
Yeah.
Salah, I expect to stay just because he's kind of a Boy Scout.
yeah.
But also, I don't know.
Also, do you think Salah has as many options as the others do?
No, that I don't know. On a free, again, who knows who comes in for him on a
True,
free?
he is
dude?
on a free. It could
They're
be
all going to
anyone.
be on free. It's insane.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, you would think normally it's Saudi or no one, but Salah's still got tons to offer, dude.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, big time.
All three of the players have a lot to offer still. Trent is the only one you're going to give like a 7-year deal to or a 5-year deal.
Yeah, he's the
whatever.
only one going to get a big contract.
But the other two can still play in competitive teams.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely. Yeah, they can play for teams competing for things for sure.
Oh, I hate this.
Yeah, it sucks.
Man, it's going to be
That sucks.
gut-wrenching times ahead for Liverpool fans.
Could be. It could be.
I'm starting to think we're going to go 0 for 3 on retaining these guys, man. That's going to be a kick in the
That
balls.
will be honestly so brutal.
It'll definitely be the most difficult PR campaign for
FSG's
FSG
ever
to
faced?
weather. Yeah.
Yeah, this one, I mean, I still think that would be dumb to try and get rid of FSG because I still think they're probably the ones to fix it if they can.
Oh, the net gain of having FSG has been insane in the positive.
Yeah, yeah.
They've put so
this
much
is gonna be
credibility
brutal
in
on
the
them.
This is going to be the first time that I'll be truly upset with them if they let all three of these guys go.
Yeah, it's a real fuck up.
And it's shaping
It's
up
a
that way.
real big mistake.
For sure. Like I said, they've banked a lot
Not
of
just the
goodwill.
gut-wrenching like love for the players losing them, but
No,
the financials
This,
of it all.
like I said, this is the cold-hearted kind of business side of it is fucked up too, and they're usually so good at that side of it.
Yeah.
They don't fuck up.
yeah, that's the crazy part.
Yeah, they manage these resources really well usually.
Yep. Yeah, this is a tough one.
Anyway, that's so much Liverpool talk.
That's all right. It's been important stuff. It's big stuff though. That's
For sure.
the thing. It's huge.
So is Eric Ten Hag is surviving? I thought for sure
So far.
we're on the international break.
There was a lot of that talk after the last couple games of like international break coming up.
Yeah,
A lot of people like to change managers around then.
We fan the Flames as much as anybody, but
course.
we weren't alone, dude. I
No.
think most people expected or thought it
was
entirely
possible.
he'd be gone by this time.
Seems like he's surviving this one.
Yeah, he's got rounds to play still.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's kind of two factors that keep coming up in the gossip, and one is that United have a really thrifty budget for the year, and because they had, I think, significant losses last year
Okay.
in the calendar
Makes
year,
sense the way they spend
and
money.
they really can't afford another manager sacking. It's going to cost them like $17 million or something like
sack him?
that to sack him. Yeah.
So they have to wait.
And then the other rumor being, I think maybe a little bit more legit, is that they don't see anybody on the market that they want to hire in his place still.
The market for managers is pretty weak right now, I feel like.
Yeah, the two big names they get linked with are Tuchel, who the fans are into, and Southgate, who the fans are terrified they'll get.
Yeah, yeah. Southgate is the one non-United fans want the most. And then Tuchel, I don't really have an impression either way of whether I'm afraid of them having him or not. He's a decent manager,
Yeah,
but
Tuchel is, I think you worry about him in the short term. You know, do they win, make a run,
yeah, he seems to have a bit of a burst.
some domestic trophies,
energy
yeah,
coming with
maybe
him.
make a real title challenge. But then you do, much like when Mourinho was moving around in the second half of his career, I'd be like, sure, they're going to be a threat this year, but don't worry, it's going to be
The
worth it when
longevity's
he
not there.
implodes the next year. It's going to be so funny.
It's true.
And
He does
Tuchel-
have that same character.
Tuchel's kind of earning that reputation.
Yeah, he has that same reputation. Character is not what I was thinking of. Reputation is what I wanted to say.
Yeah, he burns bridges.
Yeah,
and
big time.
It does seem like United's ownership kind of want to put not a yes man,
Yeah,
but like,
Tuchel's definitely not the guy for that.
yeah.
He seems like a fiery guy who likes to fight with the higher ups.
Yeah, we're kind of speaking very generally here, but
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like he's the kind of guy they want.
He hasn't had a run anywhere that has made us think he can perform otherwise.
That's true.
So
That's true.
we'll see. We respect him as a manager when he first gets there. He does shit.
Right?
Yeah, he gets his teams playing well.
Yeah, he's had some good teams for sure.
But yeah,
For brief flashes.
Ten Hag's surviving. Sorry,
So
we
far.
said November, so
Yeah, that's true.
still got time.
We got so much time.
We have plenty of time.
He
Plenty
does
of things
have
to
a
go
tough
wrong.
run coming up too.
He does,
Yeah.
Plenty of things could go very wrong for him soon.
Yeah. Should we talk internationals?
Yeah, let's do it.
Lee Carlsley.
Lee
He's
Carlsley.
demanding a reaction after England were beaten for the first time ever by Greece.
That was the first. I didn't realize it was the first time ever.
First time in human history, Alex.
Ooh. Ouch.
Yeah, you don't necessarily want to like set those kind of precedents,
Of course.
when you're a new manager.
Yeah.
But it also doesn't really mean anything.
I mean, I feel like I remember there's so many times when Arsenal were in the low points.
Yeah.
Of hearing records being broken constantly, of terrible things happening.
Yeah, right.
It's just kind of part of it.
Yeah, definitely. You can always find a funny stat to burn somebody.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I don't know. Still hardly know anything about the guy.
I don't either. I know in this game he picked a pretty conservative squad. He played without a striker, with no Harry Kane. And
Interesting.
yeah, I forget what minute he brought Ollie Watkins on, but it was too little too late.
Clearly.
Jude Bellingham struck in the 87th minute to salvage a point and spare the blushes of England, or so they thought. And then, what is the Greek striker's name again?
Pavlidis.
Yes, Pavlidis. That's a good pronunciation, actually. It is Pavlidis. In 90 plus 4.
Yeah.
Hit the winner.
Breaking England hearts.
Yeah. England's defenses were a laughing stock, dude. Did you watch this match or
I
any
didn't
highlights or anything?
I saw the goals. I didn't see a whole lot of it though.
Reminded me a lot of Manchester United 0 Liverpool 3, where the defense just looks so static.
Yeah.
A lot of times, just
a lot
really
of slow
standing
movement.
still. A lot of ball watching.
Yeah, a lot of not reacting well to anything happening around them.
Yeah, it looked like a bummer, man.
Yeah. So far, England are currently playing right now. We could say they're up 1-0 against Finland.
All right.
So a little redemption going on there.
I guess.
But
It's
1-0 against Finland won't be the best result in the world.
I missed out on some good Schadenfreude in England. Pickford did some real dumbass Pickford shit. Like 30, 35 yards out, just getting the ball taken off of him. I can't remember what England defender made the clearance.
Oh, yeah, someone made a goal. I did see that moment.
Miraculous
I
goal
did
line
see that
clearance. And, Pickford gave up a similar chance again, I feel like just minutes after that. Did some real dumb stuff and got bailed out.
I mean, we could say this today. Pickford is not playing.
Oh, nice.
Dean Henderson is in the game.
Nice.
But, yeah, the loyalty to Pickford. I mean, how long have we been questioning the loyalty to Pickford?
Yeah, it's bizarre stuff.
Insane stuff.
There's so many tropes that are kind of, I guess, just long-standing like pillars of England FA football that you can point to.
Yeah.
And sticking really loyal to a keeper just because he's in the setup is one of them.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
And
For far too long.
Yeah. Another one I want to talk about now is succession planning.
Yeah.
Lee Carsley here, Southgate stepped down and they have an interim manager in place, and now there's all this speculation, like, should he have the job permanently?
Right.
And this is
what is the plan?
If you don't recall, this is exactly how Southgate came into the job.
Yeah.
Hodgson stepped down, and his assistant Gareth Southgate was like, I don't want this job, literally don't want this, but I'll do it for a couple weeks here, and then just kind of talk about falling into place, in a very English way. He was too polite to walk out and quit.
Yeah.
And so he's like,
Nobody quits on
I
England.
guess this is my life now.
Yeah.
And it seems like
they're doing the same thing again.
For the national institution of a country that takes its football so more seriously than anybody.
Created the sport.
How do they not have succession plans in place when their national team managers step aside?
You could have seen this end of Southgate's reign coming. Everyone did.
It wasn't. No one was stunned by this. It was been expected.
Miles away,
It's
you
been
could see
expected.
this happening.
I don't remember. It might have even been officially announced way ahead of time.
Yeah,
but it was.
They have clearly no plan.
Really, really, really clearly expected, and they have no succession plan in line. It's insane.
Also,
that's all I have to say.
How is not number one priority just getting Grant Potter in?
Yeah, there's a lot. That's a good point we can pivot to. Is there's so many good options out there right now.
If you want an English manager, there's a lot of good young English managers.
We're kind of in the golden age of a really innovative young manager class right now.
Yeah.
They're a dime a dozen, dude.
Yeah, you can pick one up, and there's it's less risk because you're not leaning on a huge name.
Mm-hmm.
You're not you don't necessarily have to overpay an insane amount, maybe.
Well, no, you can afford to let them grow with a young squad, Let them bet in a little bit, get to know each other.
Take advantage of the fact that you have a young generation of talent.
Mm-hmm.
And there's innovative, crazy managers out there popping up left and right. How did Brighton keep finding these managers?
Right.
England can't do it, but Brighton can. It's insane.
Yeah. It's a weird one. You wonder, you see this kind of stuff going on. They're never going to be successful no matter. This golden generation is going to come and go.
Yeah, they're never going to achieve what they should right now. But
oh, man. It seems like a very melodramatic statement to make.
Yeah.
But
it feels real. It feels like that's where they are right now.
Especially when you see other countries with exciting, fresh, innovative programs like the United States of America.
USA.
Hiring hot young managers like Mauricio Pochettino. 1-0.
Big name.
off to a flyer at
Oh.
at good old US of
See
A.
botch ball at full effect.
I
dude.
know, right? Utilizing that Milan chemistry bonus between Pulisic and
Musa.
I think I was thinking Fulsa.
Yeah, linking up. Beautiful pass play.
Yeah, Pulisic, that's almost becoming a signature ball from him. I know he's scoring a lot of goals right now, but that cut in pass is really, that cross is deadly.
He's putting everything together right now. It's insane.
Yeah, just in the past week too for Milan, he had that incredible goal. Yeah, first time volley back across the goal at a really, really tight angle.
Hard angle.
Really hard angle.
That goal was unreal.
It was super nice.
The
guy's coming good, man.
He is coming good. I'm really happy about it. I never had like a bad thing to say about I always thought he was just a mid player.
I get mad at how American his face looks.
He's very American. Yeah.
But no, that's obviously a joke. But no, I agree. We've never been necessarily anti-Pulisic as much as
just kind of like,
well, here's the thing.
He's not that great.
Other American players that hit a certain level, or your Dempseys,
Yes.
They get a certain arrogance as soon as they get decent in Europe.
Yeah,
they start swagging like they're all-stars in Europe when they're not.
When they're playing for like Fulham and doing pretty okay.
Yeah, and Christian Pulisic's really exactly. No, for real. He
Yeah.
seems to be he have kept his head down. You know what I mean?
He has under a lot of pressure.
He hasn't developed like a big personality outside of the game.
Yes.
He was perceived to flop at Chelsea or in the Premier League. He
At a mess that was Chelsea.
went off to a great little club called AC Milan. They've done some things, but it really kind of kept his head out of the superstar limelight.
Yeah, yeah.
And it now is like emerging as a beautiful butterfly.
Yeah, he seems like he's finally putting all the pieces together that he's shown bits of throughout his career. At Dortmund in particular was his main shining moment before this.
Definitely. Yeah, no, you're right. I think that good run at Dortmund kind of got him that run or a move to the Premier League that maybe wasn't the right move.
Doesn't seem like it was the right move for him. Well, the club that he went to was definitely not the right move for him, I feel like.
Right.
Maybe not necessarily the league, but...
He's definitely piquing my interest enough now to go out of my way to watch Milan games again.
Honestly, yeah. And you could see him making another big move from this. It sucks. I feel bad saying that because I really liked Milan. They were once one of the giants.
Yeah, it's a big-time gentrifier take, but as Premier League fans, it's hard not to be that person.
It sucks because I like that. I like Milan, but I feel like I could see him making a move back to the Premier League or to Spain or something like that in the future.
Yeah, it's true. I don't want to picture him. I mean, Madrid is too loaded with attacking talent. It would have to be Barca or even like you could see his try-hard ass working at Atletico.
Ooh, yeah.
But he's fun to watch right now, man.
He is.
He's putting up super cool highlights.
It's nice to have an American player doing this right now.
Right?
It feels good.
So, given that Christian Pulisic is officially the best player in the world right now,
certainly.
How long is it going to take for the USA to overcome England in the FIFA rankings?
Ooh.
Is that going to happen by the next World Cup?
It would be so funny, dude.
Yeah. I would get a t-shirt that's just the FIFA rankings with the USA.
With the US above England on it. Hilarious.
All the other teams in fine print, but those two like a massive font.
Yeah, just big.
Yeah.
Across the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that'd be fun to do. Those could be
Pochettino's
future soccer situations t-shirt.
Pochettino's American team is, we'll see. They're
I'm
exciting.
really curious to see what he looks like as an international manager.
Right?
Really like hot or popular club managers, we don't really get to see them make the leap to international while they're still young. Very often.
Well, they're still in kind of the peak of their management career.
I think we're obviously just a couple years away. We didn't mention this in the Klopp point of conversation, but we're a couple years away from seeing him do it. But again, he's in his like 60s or something.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like Pochettino. There are a lot of hot clubs in Europe would have wanted
to sign him.
Mm-hmm.
And he stepped into an interesting role,
an unfashionable but hopefully high potential role in a It'll be interesting to see. I feel like this is truly. Is this the biggest management? I mean, the U.S. have had some big names over the years. Just Americans, though, right?
But Klinsmann, right?
Oh, Klinsmann, but he's a fucking chump.
Yeah, but like.
He's a good player. I don't think he's ever a good manager.
Yeah, I
right?
guess that's probably true.
No, aside from that, I think
this is by far the biggest get for the U.S.
I think Far and away, yes.
Yeah.
Including Klinsmann. This is a different level of coach.
Yeah, and this is it'll be interesting to see. I'm excited to see if this plays out well for the U.S.
Yeah, from two guys that have disparaged USA soccer over and over again on this
Big time.
podcast. It's not our thing. We're very honest about that.
Yeah.
This is definitely the most interesting it's been in terms
Absolutely.
of just what's on the horizon.
It just
Curiosity.
I'll watch the next few matches just to see
Mm-hmm.
what's happening, or at least pay attention to what's happening.
Yeah.
Whereas before, I haven't really paid attention to the U.S. soccer team at all.
Yeah, there's an element of curiosity now for sure.
Yeah,
What else you got, Alex? You can see my notes are running dry here.
running out of things. I don't know if I have anything right now. I'm really just. I've been avoiding the Arsenal news front because I feel like it's been nothing but bombarded with bad news lately. So
Yeah, bad injuries.
just injury news left and right. It's been bumming me out. Odegaard setback. Saka went off for England. Yeah, it's not looking good on the injury front for us right now.
Yeah, that's tough. You got to follow the Liverpool model. Both Virgil van Dijk and Mohamed Salah have been dismissed or excused from further international duty.
Well, Saka's been sent back, which is nice.
Has he? Okay.
But we did have a lot of players this round actually stay back. Havertz didn't go with Germany. Like, we had players stay.
Virgil
which
got
is good.
sent off and
nice.
and returned home for that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because Monday's
Is it
game
a 3-game ban, hopefully?
is Germany. I think. Yeah, right. You hope.
Straight red?
No, it's a second yellow, unfortunately. But yeah, he misses a Monday game against Germany, which
That's
would
good,
have been a
though.
high intensity game. Obviously,
Yeah.
the Dutch and Germans don't like each other,
Exactly.
so yeah, stoked he's missing that.
Yeah, that'll
Hopefully,
be nice. Recovery in time for the weekend.
yeah, these guys are all fucking
Robots.
turncoats anyway. They're all abandoning me, Alex.
It's true. Didn't even like him anyway.
I'm gonna be so heartbroken. I love.
Didn't even
Virgil.
like him anyway.
Yeah, dude, Virgil, he's just stupid.
Just crying.
Man bun. Just way too tall to be good at football.
Yeah, why's your hair so slick?
Yeah.
Why's your head look like that? So shiny. Oh, man.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's the worst. It's the
All right.
worst losing
Let's-
favorite players.
Let's fade it out. I'm sad.
Sadness. We ended on a sad note.
It's starting to rain outside.
It's fall, y'all. We're going into sad mode.
See now, I'm gonna see y'all in sunny LA. Alex, we have including this 3 more episodes here at the cabin.
3
I
episodes
looked
of the
at-
cabin room.
Looked
Okay.
at the cal and mapped it out. Yeah, I think we should maybe try and put one in the can too for the week I move.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah. Anyway,
All right, y'all.
you didn't need to hear that,
Behind the scenes, y'all.
right? Planning. It's fun. All right, everybody. That was episode 59. Thank you so much for listening, and see you next week.
See you when the football's back.
Soccer situation.
Oops. Not my smoothest fade of all time.